What's up internet, I'm back and today we are finally doing an office video. I haven't made this a priority up until now, mainly because I've obviously been busy getting stuff in and out, earning a living, etc. But it's sort of at the point now where the room's just sitting there empty, it's accumulating junk, and I still don't have anywhere in here to do paperwork, so I'm over it. I'll give you a look at how the room sits at the moment. It's walled out with a couple of doors. I've got some lighting and stuff in there. From there, I'll rip everything out, clean the walls, clean the floor, and start going through the processes, priming, etc. for an epoxy flooring to go down with flake. Hopefully dress the joint up a little bit. I've never done this before, but I bought a quality kit, so hopefully it's relatively simple and it stays on the floor where it's supposed to. This is actually going to take a lot longer than I thought it was going to take, which is fine because I guess through the processes of curing and everything drying, I can start the office desk. For an office desk, I'm going to use a 1984 to 1988 LN65 four-wheel drive hilux tub. I have two of them. I only need one of them, so the one that's worse off in condition, I'm pretty much going to cut into 2 or 3 pieces and make a desk out of it. It's probably going to piss a lot of people off, but it is what it is. So I'll take you in now, we'll have a look and get rolling on the project. So let's go. I've had a few vehicles come and go, one of which was Kingswood number 2. That was a long-term vehicle, that's gone, so that was a pretty cool thing to see go. Obviously Nate's cab is separated from his chassis just there. And I've got a well-known mini truck just here to the left of me. That's supposed to be staying under wraps, the fact that it's here at all or that anything's happening with it, up until East Coast cruise later this year. But because the owner actually recently reversed my forklift into my roller door, fuck him. So there it is there. So I'll take a step into here and flick this light on. It's bright. So we got some hexagon lighting, pretty flash. But yeah, as I said, the room is just full of junk. So basically, we'll gut this, clean the walls, clean the floor, and we'll start the process of laying down an epoxy flooring. So let's hook in. Alright, so that's the walls all cleaned and I've taped up the perimeter obviously. I'm going to go ahead now and use a concrete cleaner, which is just basically a heavy duty degreaser. I'm going to clean the floor. Once that dries, I'm going to put it down a primer, and then once that's dry, I can go ahead and start going through the steps of the epoxy and the polyurethane top coat after the flake. So I didn't film that because I was basically rolling around the ground. No one really wants to see that. But I'll hit you with some footage now. So, get ready to upset some people. This is the worst of the two that I've got. Plan is to rough cut the floor out with the plasma. I'm going to use the driver's side, or about 3/4 of it, and maybe about 1/4 of the tailgate and roll pan section. The roll pan is mangled and the tailgate's dead with rust. The whole tub's dead with rust, but it's the worst of the two I've got, so it's probably the best candidate for a desk. The passenger side, I'll cut that side off too, and I'll hang it on the wall for a rainy day. Even though I don't really need it, I'm not going to throw it in the bin. So let's get the plasma out and make a mess. Alright, that's the shoebox floor all buttoned up. However, I'm not supposed to have any of it in my hand. It's actually supposed to stay on the floor, would you believe? I had my local epoxy guy from the area out. He seems to think that it's a product failure rather than a ratio issue on my behalf. I can't be sure. He might just be trying to make me feel good, who knows. Anyway, I'm gonna peel all of this up. And he's going to come back this afternoon, grind it, and start again. So I'm going to let him do his thing, and I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to stick a table together. shoebox project all wrapped up. I've got a couple of little bits to do. I've got to get my plumber to come and put in a mixer, and I'll do a splashback and some odds and ends, but that's pretty much it, all wrapped up in a nutshell. For the space that I did have and do have to work from, this will be functional, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll drop a link in the bio for the company that come and redid the epoxy floor for me. Butler's Epoxy, they're a local company here. Smashed it out, super happy with that, well priced. So I'll drop a link for them in the bio. I'll also drop a link for the company I got the lights from. They're local and they're a lot cheaper than all the American stuff, all the American companies that I could find. So now that's all wrapped up, I can kind of get back to trying to turn $1. That blew out a lot in time than what I planned. I thought I'd kind of knock it out in a weekend or two, but because I fucked the floor and some other stuff sort of snowballed a little bit, it took longer than I'd planned. So while all that was getting done, I ended up closing in this entire wall here. That only went halfway, if you remember. So that's all closed in now. I also spoiled myself and I got a 2-post hoist. Working on the floor this winter fully cooked my body, so I pushed that up on the priority list, and I got that. That's a 4.5 ton tough lift, so pretty stoked on that. Other than that, everything business as usual. A couple of new things in. Bag dual cap hilux, that's in for some sheet metal work and some odds and ends. You don't need to worry about that until East Coast cruise. That's hush hush. This thing turned up today, bag D21 Navara. That's in for some sheet metal and some rust. And then as usual, Kingswood #1 is still here. Nate's truck is also still here. Just chipping away on everything as I do. So thanks for following along, guys. Clearly I'm not an epoxy expert, but you live and learn, I guess. But yeah, that's the shoebox office all wrapped up. Thanks for watching.